Om Shanti. This is the Sakar Murli of the 3rd of November 2023. Essence. Sweet children, purify the atmosphere with the power of Gyan and Yoga. Conquer Maya with the discus of self-realization. Question. Which one aspect proves that souls never merge into the light? Answer. It is said, that which is eternally predestined is taking place. Therefore, each soul surely repeats his part. If you say that a light merges into the light, the part would also come to an end. In that case, it would be wrong to say that the drama is eternal. Each soul sheds an old costume and takes a new one. They do not merge into anything. Song, O Traveller of the Faraway Land. Om Shanti. The children who are yogi and jnani and are able to explain the meaning of this song to others must understand the meaning of it accurately. All human beings are buried in the graveyard. Those whose lights have been extinguished and who are tamo pradhan are said to be buried in the graveyard. Those who carried out the establishment and who were instruments for sustenance for birth after birth, have now completed all their births. You can calculate which religions have been established from the beginning to the end. In limited plays, there is regard mainly for the creator, the director, and the principal actor of the play. They receive so many prizes, they show their splendor. Your splendor is that of knowledge and yoga. People don't know that death is just ahead of them, or how many births they take in this drama, nor where they come from. You and I can't know the details of all their births. However, at this time we are making effort for the future. You will become deities, but what status will you claim? You have to make effort for that. You know that Lakshmi and Narayan have taken 84 births. They will definitely become the king and queen. You know their features. Baba gives you visions in a practical way. Even people on the path of devotion have visions. They have visions of whomever they meditate on. If they look at a dark picture of Sri Krishna and they meditate on that, the vision they have will be of that one. However, Krishna isn't like that. People don't have any knowledge of these things. You are now here in the practical form. You see him in the subtle region and also in paradise. You have the knowledge of souls and of God. People only have visions of souls. You have knowledge of everything you have a vision of. Although people outside have visions of souls, they don't have any knowledge of them. They say that each soul is the Supreme Soul. A soul is truly a star. Many of those are visible. There are as many souls as there are human beings. The body of a person is visible with these eyes, but souls can only be seen in divine visions. People have different features, but souls are not different. They are all the same. It is just that the part of every soul is different. Human beings are big or small, whereas souls are not bigger or smaller. The size of souls is the same. If a soul were to merge into the light, how would he repeat his part? It is remembered that that which was destined is taking place. This eternal world drama continues to rotate. You children know this. Souls return home like mosquitoes. Mosquitoes can be seen with these eyes. Souls cannot be seen except in divine visions. In the Golden Age, there is no need to have a vision of souls. There you understand that you, a soul, have to shed an old body and take a new one. They don't know God at all. If they were to know God, they would also know the world cycle. In the song it says, "Also take me with you." At the end, they repent a great deal. Everyone receives an invitation. So many methods are invented to give them an invitation. Everyone speaks of peace, but no one understands the meaning of peace. You know how peace can be achieved. Just as mustard seeds are crushed in a mortar with a pestle, in the same way, everyone's body will be destroyed in destruction. Souls will not be crushed, they will return home. It is written that souls run away like mosquitoes. It isn't that all supreme souls will run away. People don't understand anything. They don't know what the difference is between souls and the Supreme Soul. They say that they are all brothers, and so they should live like brothers. They don't know that in the Golden Age, all brothers and all brothers and sisters live together like milk and sugar. There is no question of salt water there. Here, one moment they are like milk and sugar, and the next moment they become like salt water. On the one hand, they say that the Chinese and the Hindus are brothers, and then they make effigies and continue to burn them. Look at the condition of physical brothers. They don't know about spiritual relationships at all. The Father explains to you. You have to consider yourselves to be souls. You mustn't become trapped in body consciousness. Some people become trapped in body consciousness. The Father says, you have to renounce all the relationships of bodies, including your own bodies. Forget this building, etc. Originally, you are residents of the Supreme Abode. You now have to return to where you came from to play your parts. I will then send you into happiness. So the Father says, you have to become worthy. God is establishing a kingdom. Christ did not have a kingdom. It was later, when there were hundreds of thousands of Christians, that they would have created their kingdom. Here the Golden Aged Kingdom is created instantly. It is such an easy matter. Truly God came and carried out establishment. By inserting Krishna's name, they have confused everything. Ancient Raja Yoga and knowledge are mentioned in the Gita. They disappear. The English words are good. You would say that Baba doesn't know English. Baba says, "To what extent would I sit and speak in all the languages?" The main language is Hindi, so I speak the Murlis in Hindi. The one whose body I have adopted also speaks Hindi. Therefore, I also speak the same language that he speaks. I would not teach you in any other language. If I were to speak French, how would this one understand? The main question is about this one, Brahma. He has to understand first. I would not take the body of anyone else. It also says in the song, "Take me with you." No one knows about the Father or his home. They continue to tell lies. There are innumerable opinions of all the people, and this is why the thread has become tangled. Look how the Father is sitting here. Whose feet are these? Shiv Baba's. They are my feet. I have given them on loan. Shiv Baba only uses them temporarily, but otherwise they are my feet. They don't show feet in the Shiva temple. They show Krishna's feet. Shiva is the highest on high, and so where could his feet come from? Yes, Shiv Baba has taken them on loan, but they are Brahma's feet. They have shown a bull in the temples. How could he ride a bull? How would Shiv Baba sit on a bull? Each saligram soul rides in a human body. The Father says, "The knowledge that I spoke to you has disappeared. It remains just like a pinch of salt in a sackful of flour. No one can understand it. I myself come and speak the essence of it to you. I gave you Srimat and explained the secrets of the world cycle to you, and they then gave the discus of self-realization to the deities. They don't have any knowledge. All of these things are matters of knowledge. Souls receive this knowledge of the world cycle with which Maya's head is cut off. They have then shown the discus of self-realization being thrown at devils. You gain victory over Maya with this discus of self-realization. They have taken the things of one time period into another. Amongst you two, scarcely a few are able to imbibe these things and then relate them to others. This knowledge is elevated and it takes time. At the end, there will just be the powers of knowledge and yoga in you. This is fixed in the drama. Their intellects are continuing to become soft. You are purifying the atmosphere. This knowledge is so incognito. It is written that sinners like Ajamil were also uplifted, but no one understands the meaning of that. They believe that souls merge into the light, or that they merged into the ocean, that the 5 Pandavas melted on the Himalayas, and that annihilation took place. On the one hand, they have shown that they studied Raja Yoga, and on the other hand, they have shown annihilation. Then they have shown Krishna coming, floating on a peepal leaf, sucking his thumb. They don't understand the meaning of that either. That was the palace of a womb. A baby would be sucking his thumb. They have taken the things of one place somewhere else. People continue to say, it's true, to whatever is said. No one knows the golden age. Anything that doesn't exist is said to be false. For instance, they say that God doesn't have a name or form, but they continue to worship him. So God is extremely subtle. There isn't anything as subtle as he is. He is an absolutely tiny point. It is because he is so subtle that no one knows him. Although the sky is also said to be subtle, it is called space. There are the 5 elements. He comes and enters a body of the 5 elements. He is so subtle. He is an absolutely tiny point. A star is so tiny. Only when God, the star, comes and sits next to this one can he speak. These are such subtle matters. Those with gross intellects cannot understand anything. The Father explains such good things. According to the drama, whatever part he played in the previous cycle, he is playing that part now. You children understand that Baba comes every day and tells us new points. Therefore, that would be new knowledge, would it not? So you have to study every day. When a student doesn't go to class every day, he asks his friend what happened in a class that day. Here, some completely stop studying. That's it. They simply say that they don't want their inheritance of imperishable jewels of knowledge. Oh, but what will become of you if you stop studying? What inheritance will you receive from the Father? That's it. It isn't in their fortune. Here it is not a question of physical property. You receive the treasures of knowledge from the Father. All of that property is going to be destroyed. No one can have intoxication about that. Only from the Father will you receive your inheritance. Although you have property worth millions, all of it is going to turn to dust. All of that refers to the present time. It is also written, some people's wealth will remain buried underground. Some people's wealth will be burnt, ... The things of the present time continue to happen until the end. Destruction now has to take place. After destruction there will be establishment. Establishment is now taking place. That is our kingdom. You are not doing anything for anyone else. Whatever you do, you are doing that for yourself. Those who follow Srimat will become the masters. You become the masters of the new Bharat in the new world. You were the masters in the new world, that is, in the golden age. This is now an old age, and you are inspired to make effort for the new world. These are such good things to understand. This knowledge is of souls and the Supreme Soul. Self-realization. Who is the Father of the Self? The Father says, I come to teach you souls. You have now realized the Father through the Father. The Father explains, you are my long-lost and now found children. You have come and met me again after a cycle in order to claim your inheritance. So you should make effort, should you not? Otherwise you will have to repent a great deal and there will have to be a lot of punishment. Don't even ask about those who become children and then perform wrong actions. Look how much and how great Baba's part is in the drama. He gave away everything. Baba then says, I will give you the return in the future for 21 births. Previously you would give indirectly, and so I would give you the return of that for just one future birth. You are now giving directly, and so I ensure it for you for 21 births. There is so much difference between direct and indirect. Those people insure themselves with God for the copper and iron ages. You insure everything for the golden and silver ages. Because it is direct, you receive the return for 21 births. Acha. To the sweetest beloved, long lost and now found children, number-wise, according to the efforts you make, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap-Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children, and the spiritual children say Namaste to the spiritual father. Essence Vedana. 1. Take the treasures of the imperishable jewels of knowledge from the Eternal Father and become fortunate. Study this new knowledge and new education every day. Do the service of making the atmosphere pure. 2. Ensure everything of yours for your future 21 births. After belonging to the Father, don't perform any wrong actions. Blessing. May you be free from carelessness and become an example by wearing correct glasses for self-progress. The children who simply check themselves with big heads wear glasses of carelessness. All they can see is that whatever they do, it is a lot. I am better than this one or that one. Even the well-known souls have a few weaknesses. However, those who check themselves with honest hearts wear correct glasses for self-progress. They simply see the Father and themselves. They do not see what a second or third person is doing. They are simply concerned with having to change themselves. They become examples for others. Slogan: finish the roots of all limitations and you will be able to have the intoxication of an unlimited sovereignty. Om Shanti.